welcome to another episode of Late Night with Gonzo. BP couldn't make it here today. He's doing some happy family time. So I'll be here. Maybe Arlene will show up. And we have a special guest today. Someone that sometimes I want to slap him. Sometimes I want to scream at him. Sometimes I want to go to his house and go slap him a little bit more. But at the end of the day, it's all good because we're buddies and we're friends. And it's all part of our friendship. Chat, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it on a happy Saturday night. This is going to be very fun and interesting, especially if you were watching Thursday live stream. It's going to be more fun. Let me say hi to the chat real quick before I bring my guests of honor. Katrina, what's going on? Bert World, that Disney Baker, what do you do? Happily Ever Daddy, what's up? Disney Trash Can, welcome to the stream. Bert Well, what's up? Is Marr, what's going on? This is Infinity, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Yes, Jesse. Midlife, what's going on? Emily Rose, what's up? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Love you guys so much. Thanks for the support. Love you all. Kimi J, what's going on? What's going on? Format, aka Kenneth Oaks, what's going on? Thanks for being here. We were ADC Magic. What's going on, Amy? How are you? Thanks for being here. So, if you guys didn't see, we did a little while ago live talk about Star Wars and stuff like that with Addy Family Adventures. So, yeah. What up, Krista? What's going on? So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have the pleasure this time to ask him a lot of questions, one-on-one, mano-mano, no other than the only mouse that will do one stop only. Bob from One Stop Mouse.
Gonzo, I've never had such a magnificent introduction. The look on your face as you were describing our last stream is probably how I look like when I go to the dentist and they tell me they've got to do all kinds of painful things to me. So, yeah.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to Lena with Pals. I know you've been here before. I wasn't here. BP was taking care of it, and Arlene as well. So you know what I said a couple of months back? I said, Bob, I need to have you back because I need to do this. I need to do this. All right. Let's not forget that I almost forgot that I had you as a guest this week, but that's another topic for another day. Kelly, what's going on? Thanks for being here. So this is like a Bonzo Hour part 2 of part 3, I guess, right? Kind of thing. But this is different, right? I want to get to know more Bob and ask those questions and no one asked them before, right?
Oh yeah, you can ask them. And you know, there's one thing I just wanted to say too.
Yeah,
we've been billing the Bonzo Hour as like the odd couple, and you know that's like not made up. We're very different people, and even when very different people like each other, sometimes they drive each other nuts. So that's true. That's totally real. We didn't make that up.
Yeah. So what about Bob? Yeah. So, yeah, you know how it is. Kelly, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. The Mickey Bunch. Tomorrow Kelly. I'm going to be in Kelly's channel tomorrow at 9:15, 9:30. I'm going to be there tomorrow. It's going to be fun. So let's get started, right? Hopefully my co-host will get here in time. No BP, somebody else. But if not, we do this one-on-one. So I got a bunch of questions, guys. Excuse me. Is the Gonzo B show tonight? Yeah. Again, guys, if you have any questions for Bob, let me know. I'll ask them. Just keep me in track here because, you know, usually have VP here helping me out and stuff like that. So, Bob, the first question that I have for you is, do you have other clothes besides the Indiana Jones that you wear all the time?
No. I just wear these clothes when I do my streams. Yeah. I don't even wear this when I stream at the park, obviously. This hat is very, this is like felt fur. I don't wear this in Orlando outside. The inside and air conditioned. This is only what I wear here.
Hey, Rob Fuzz, what's going on? Thanks for being
What's
here.
up, Rob?
Rob Fuzz, the boys of YouTube. Anyhow, so is it true or it's not true, Bob, that you go out in public with the same clothes that you wear in your live stream?
After last week's stream, I told myself for the first 10 minutes I would just do this. No. And just do that like I was at court. I don't wear any of this stuff out in public. The reason I wear this inside is the Indiana Jones hat. This is the one that Harrison Ford wore that comes from Australia. This is the real shirt, all the stuff. So when you cosplay and you get the real stuff that the actor wore, it's really expensive.
Gotcha.
So my wife looked at me after I couldn't bear to wear it at a not so scary Mickey's Halloween party where it was 103 degrees a few years ago. And she's like, you're an idiot. You just spent all this money and you're never going to wear those clothes. And I was like, yes, I will. You'll see. So that's why I do this.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, there's a bet going around in Instagram that we have a specific day set already that you're going to show up on different clothes in your live stream.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so mine's coming up soon, so make it happen, okay? Because I want to be the bet.
Okay.
So,
I'm still working on what I'm going to wear to our drunk fest.
Oh, that's right. Amy wants to know, where do you buy the hat?
This is from a place called Akubra, Akubra. It's in Australia, and this is the Indiana Jones hat, the real Jones hat.
It's actually the real thing.
Yeah, the real one that Harrison Ford wore. When it comes, it doesn't have the shape and everything. So they basically tell you how to use a little steamer and shape it the way that he wore it. And this is the real shirt that he wore in the movie too. Got
you. So Blue Manchisa is asking a question. So you created a channel so you can wear the Indiana Jones pattern shirt? Is that what it is?
Richard, am I going to have to slap you? Come on.
What?
No. I did not create I created a channel called WDW Epic Vacations. And I would give little super chats from my little business in another state to Josh and Jenna at Resort TV 1. And they kind of got in hot water because they had another travel company that was sponsoring them. And it sounded like I was another travel company that was backing them up. And they told me, you sound like you're a travel agency. Maybe you should change your name if you're going to be a YouTube channel. And then I thought I was going to be this big empire. And it's like one-stop shop. You come to One Stop Mouse. We'll tell you everything. We'll vlog and we'll blog and we'll have a website. And that hasn't exactly happened yet. But so now what it means is I only stop for Gonzo, nobody else. So don't get in my way when I'm driving.
Yeah. Marr says we could switch off the lyrics of George of the Jungle, Bob of the Jungle. And there you go. People like you, man. People like you. So let me ask you this. All right. And obviously everybody knows your stuff. Everybody knows me. But it's fun to talk, right? Having friends and just talk. And oh boy, somebody sent me a picture.
Is it a clothed picture or a naked picture?
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
My question is, you said your channel want to be different. So what do you call different?
This gets me into hot water a little bit sometimes, but I find that even some of the biggest channels are a little drier than my personality would be. Now, Gonzo's not like that, obviously. I mean, come on, the guy can't even keep a straight face, like reading the phone book. VP and Arlene are like characters out of a movie. And, there are a lot of people who aren't. But I just think to myself, whenever I get on a stream or when I do a video, I think, well, why am I doing this when 1,000 other people are doing this? How do I make it different? The problem is if you try to be cutting edge, sometimes you can piss people off a little till they realize you were just joking around. So I'm trying to mellow
just
out
a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But you know what?
What?
I actually enjoy. Sorry, just typing stuff. I actually enjoy doing the live stream with you, right? Like you said, we're like an odd couple, but at the end of the day, it's just fun. Yeah, you do some crazy stuff that
my wife was in
thing.
stitches watching that last show. She was laughing for like a half an hour. She's like, Gonzo's trying to be serious, and you're like a naughty little boy, and it's driving him nuts. I can't stop laughing. And I'm like, well, I don't think he felt that way at the time.
Yeah, you drove me crazy a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's so fun. It's so part of it. So,
well, you know what? I need an account where I don't have to. What it was is if I do that kind of stuff on my own channel and I only have a few people, it's not that big of a deal. But when you're juggling people at the same time, I was in over my head.
So, question for you.
Yes.
Why did you select that background today?
I recently did a video for Daniel at Disinfinity where I did a news report live from the jungles of Peru. And this was behind me, and I had the jacket on and everything, and it just happened to be a backdrop that I had on my desktop, so I just decided I'd use this. It's different.
Jeez.
Go to Disinfinity and check it out. He has a news report. Disinfinity, great channel.
Jesus. So let me ask you another question.
Yes.
Why? And this is a serious question. I don't think I ever heard. Well, I didn't ask probably. Why so much the love of Indiana Jones? Why?
He never gives up.
Okay.
Now, Gonzo and I had a serious discussion, and it was one of the best interviews I've had in my Mousetail interview series. I don't think I've actually told you that, Gonzo. And he was talking about being a dad and moving here and all this stuff. And, you know, a lot of people joke about all the marriages I've had and everything else. And I've had a very interesting life with lots of ups and downs, like a mountain range in itself. But, you know, Indiana Jones, he's a cartoon character, but he perseveres. He doesn't give up. There's actually a line in the very first movie where it's like 3/4 of the way through the movie, and his girlfriend and his Egyptian friend are basically tell him that the Ark has been put on a truck, and he's getting upset. And they're like, well, what are you going to do? And he looks at him and he's like, I don't know. I make this up as I go. And really, seriously, if you think about it in a philosophical way, that's how all of this is to us. We have very little. We all walk around thinking we have a 6-string guitar where we can control life. Folks, you got one string that you play, and that's your attitude. So the Indiana Jones thing is actually a little deeper to me. You know, don't give up. Keep going on. It's all about your attitude.
Gotcha. And that's good. That's a good thing. Hold on. So let me see. Katrina's asking if you can only pick one for the rest of your life: Mary Poppins or Indiana Jones.
Oh man, I knew she was going to ask that.
That's a good one too.
I know, because Indiana Jones is what I just said, and then Mary Poppins is also about attitude. You know, a spoonful of sugar. I'd go with Poppins still because she's more magical.
Ooh.
She hit me earlier in my life when I was a kid, you know.
Ooh. Amy from AJC Maggie says, are you afraid of snakes? Are you afraid of snakes?
No, spiders, actually.
You're afraid of spiders?
Yeah, I joke about that. Spiders. Why is that?
How do you live here in Florida where there's a lot of spiders during the summertime?
They have to be, I'm getting better with them. They got to be pretty big.
Oh, they have to be pretty big.
You ever see those ones down here that we have that have like the weird red markings on them and the big webs, and they're pretty big? They're called garden spiders.
Yeah.
Those are kind of scary if you like walk into one of those webs. Look it up, folks. Look up the pictures. The garden spider sounds kind of mellow, but they're not mellow. It looks like an Indiana Jones jungle spider.
Gotcha. And I have someone here that will like to ask a couple of questions. So if you don't mind, if I can bring them in real quick.
Him or her? It's not Arlene?
No, it's him. It's him. So he's gonna ask you a couple of questions. Just try to answer them the best way you can.
FBI?
Yeah,
CIA?
close enough. Close enough.
Oh, is he
Hey, Bob.
not FBI or CIA? Sith.
Yes. Okay, my first question is: are you happy to be on a live stream where Gonzo wants you to talk?
It's unusual. I'm used to shut up.
Today's the day that he can do it. And now he's all quiet and stuff like that.
No, it's a good. See, this is a good environment for Gonzo and I, because I can be as goofy and whatever, but he can corral me in. It's not open ended, and that's where it can kind of get weird with us.
Right.
So this is actually a good thing.
Right.
So the answer to your question is, I'm keeping a lid on it now, but the lid might come off at any moment. So.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you never know.
I'm just saying that, Gonzo. I'm being nice.
I know.
I gave you a lovey super chat, even though I have no money.
You great, bro. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it.
So, Mickey girls. Did you see the Mickey girls question?
What?
How many times have you seen the Indiana Jones stunt show in Hollywood studios, Bob?
Nice question, Mickey's girl.
Probably. I would bet realistically, probably maybe 50 times, something.
Enough
like
to
that.
see it that you wish they change it?
Yeah. Well, I've seen it a lot, and then every time somebody from out of town comes, then I go see it again.
Well, it's open, Ryan.
Is it open
now? Awesome.
Yeah, but it's like what is it like? Where they have these parts that you can sit and relax. What is it? What is it called?
A
relaxation zone,
station.
whatever.
Yeah.
Station. Yeah, that's why they have it there now.
Oh, okay.
So the show's not on; it's just a relaxation station.
Yeah, but funny enough, in the they have that where you sit. They actually have the stickers already where not to sit and where.
So they're getting ready to open it sometime. Yeah,
they're probably gonna open it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Chris is asking from that Disney Baker. How many times have you been on that stage as guest?
3 actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So let's talk about. See, I didn't know this. So let's talk about it a little bit. How was it? Was it fun? How is it? How's it
was fun. You know how you get profiled doing that? Sit up front and wear this hat. They're all over you, man.
Wear that hat, the shirt, and then the bright orange trunks.
You actually wear all that to the show?
No, just the hat. I wore like
just
a t-shirt, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's there's 2 places. Okay. Wear this hat to that show and you can maybe get on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you where to not wear it though.
Oh,
if you want to go to the airport and wear this hat, I don't know what it is, but it's like magnetic for profiling. Oh yeah. I'm walking through the gate and I look at my wife and I'm looking and I see the way they're looking at me and I'm like, they're about to randomly profile me. What'd you say? They're about to randomly profile me. And then you see their hand reach under the counter. I was like, sir, we're going to randomly profile you. Oh, okay. It's the hat.
That's fun. That's fun.
That's weird because I mean, back in the day, that was the hat all men wore too.
Yeah.
Tell me, times have changed a lot. I was just listening to the Star Wars news theme.
That's what it was.
And, I was thinking about back in the day when people wore these hats and they were actors and actresses. Yeah. They couldn't go off the chain. I mean, it's like you said something like political or whatever, your career was done. It was over, that now I think that people are free agent actors. It's like, they got to realize you risk your career. Just think of how touchy it is with people now.
Right. Not to get, it's on the same subject, but I was listening about Kurt Russell, and Kurt Russell was saying that he doesn't believe that actors and actresses it should be private what their political views are.
Right.
And that he sees himself as a court jester, and the court jester was the one that could go in and make fun of the king. And nothing would happen because that was part of what he was supposed to do.
Right.
And he said he feels like if you bring out your political views, that takes away what you do for your art. You can't fit into certain situations. So
Krista wants to know, Mike wants to know how long have you had the beard?
I'm pulling up a picture on my phone to show you at some point a little bit how long I have had it, because I've had a really long beard. But I've had the beard, shoot, man, I don't know. Maybe about 20 years, but it's either real short or it's been really long. I will tell you something funny. The very first time that I dressed up as Indiana Jones, when I was a freshman in college, and Indiana Jones had just come, the first movie came out like the year before.
Right.
I could not grow a beard. I had hair on my head and I couldn't grow a beard for my costume, my first rough costume. So I had to take a makeup brush in some makeup and stipple it on my face to pretend that I had 5 o'clock shadow. So now I have no hair on my head and I have gray hair on my face, which I can grow long, but you know, it's funny.
Wow. I know you being around the U.S. backpacking. Do you ever go overseas and backpack? Katrina wants to ask that question.
Not really. It's been in the all through the continental U.S. and up into Canada and down into Mexico. I haven't really done it internationally. I've wanted to go to Norway. Actually, that's where my family is from. They have some great ecotourism there, but not internationally.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. Chris wants to know, what was your dream job growing up, and what was your job at Disney?
My first dream job as a little kid was I wanted to be a pilot, actually.
Damn,
and did you? Yeah. And then I found out it was very expensive to go to Daytona Beach here to this private college called Embry-Riddle to get trained as a pilot. So I was going to go through the Air Force Academy in Colorado Springs, but I didn't have good vision to be a pilot, and LASIK was only a very pioneering technology then. So they said, you can be an engineer like the guy in the back, but you can't be, you know, you can be Goose, but you can't be Maverick. And I was like, I want to be Maverick, man. And my job at Disney was booking tours for people that they don't have right now, like Keys to the Kingdom and the Wild Africa Trek, and boat tours and fishing trips and stuff like that. And so I would it was called an itinerary planner. So I kind of built people's vacations, which is great for my relatives now, because you would put together elements of the vacation, book tickets and annual passes, which you can't do now. And it gave me a great working education for Disney to go on to do other stuff. Chris had enough of that.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want to hear it anymore. So
can I go too?
No, I need you for another 35 minutes. You're good. Don't worry about it. You're doing a great job so far.
Thank you.
I haven't told you to shut up once, so you're good.
No. It's very humid in this jungle, though.
I'm sure. And
hey,
Chris says, thank you. So going to your channel, right? And again, guys, my friends, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it so much. And make sure to subscribe to our friend One Stop Mouse if you haven't subscribed yet. Bob.
Yeah, Bobby's good. You can call me that.
The only mouse that only does one stop.
And then he's done.
I saw that before.
He can't handle it anymore. He can only do one stop.
Why you decided to do YouTube?
Kind of, it's the the other side of my answer from before, like, me saying I wanted to be different.
Yep.
I thought that this is strange, but I actually was an award-winning filmmaker. I went to film school at the University of Miami, then went to LA, and then went and did other things, and then got into being a backpacker and everything. And I was watching what was going on down here, and I thought, it was never really my thing to think I was going to be Josh and Jenna and doing that.
Right.
It was never my thing that I thought that I would be being great at doing Hollywood Squares like what we're doing right now. But I thought, you know what I could do? I could do mini movies. Right. How to do this at Disney, how to that, funny little things. Like I have this one thing that I did, nobody's ever seen, of course, because until I get known, I guess people won't watch these things. But I did this one thing called A Wookiee's Guide to Galaxy's Edge. And Chewbacca, I got the Chewbacca, who was at where I worked, to actually come in and look like he was handing me secret plans. It was me broadcasting these plans to the Resistance, telling them what to do and how to, not get in trouble with authorities at Galaxy's Edge. And that's what I thought I would be able to do. But when you stream at the parks and when you talk with other creators, you get out there, that's how people get to know who you are. So I don't think I can actually be the Disney filmmaker for a while. I only have 600 something subscribers. I don't think until I have several thousand, I could actually do that.
And going up. So again, if you haven't subscribed to him, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to One Stop Mouse. I'm going to do a parenthesis here real quick. Chris from Addy Family Adventures, can you tell everyone what in the hell is that emoji that you created for me that looks like a rabbit? What is that?
What? It's Easter.
Because if you guys don't know, he's the one in charge of all my emojis and a lot of stuff in the channel.
It is a dog with
my face on it?
No. It's a dog with Easter rabbit ears on, and he's hunched over like he's doing his business, but there's colored eggs underneath.
Oh, there you go. Fair enough. Happy Easter, everyone. Jeez.
I think what was funny was one of the emojis I made. You just happened to back out of the stream, so your picture was up there, and I just took the snippet and got your picture of the one that you got whenever you back out.
Yeah.
Thanks I put that.
All the things. Oh, jeez. All right. So,
we got to keep it. We got to keep it funny on your show, don't we? So that's what I did. I threw some funny emojis. Yeah,
that's fine. I love them.
But we're here for Bob.
I love them. Yeah, I just want
keep it funny. Keep it funny.
If you guys didn't notice, it went to the bathroom for a second while we talked to Chris. So yeah.
No, it gets really hot in the room that I'm in. I've got these lights and stuff.
It gets very hot. For the AC.
That's what I did. I just turned the AC a little cooler.
Yeah. So again, Bob, I love your channel. I love what you do, right? Obviously you drive me crazy sometimes, but that's just part of it.
How am I doing today? I'm doing good.
No, today you're doing amazing.
I'm being a good boy.
Thank God.
Chris, do you think so?
Yeah.
I see.
But I like you whenever you go.
Chris, wait.
Everywhere.
Gonzo, you don't know. You can talk to everyone from that stream, and I personally sent them an Instagram to apologize. Chris, did I apologize?
About what?
About the stream that we had last time, that it was chaotic.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. So I just want you to know, Gonzo, I apologized.
Okay.
But I'm
confused right now.
Don't be confused. I was just saying,
that's what made it interesting.
I thought so too, but I don't like to go too far. Nowadays, you got to be careful. Like when you were talking about Gina Carano, people are very touchy. Right. So, you gotta, I think that the person
the thing is, I'm open to hear how somebody else feels, I'm not going to shut somebody down because,
see, this is where I'll get in trouble sometimes, Chris. You know what I did for 15 years? And this is a question that you could have. I was a counselor. I was a clinical counselor and a social worker on an adolescent psych unit in Atlanta. So I used to deal with, could you imagine the dramas that I would do on the night shift from 7 at night to 7 in the morning on the weekends, pulling people out of cars and getting punched in the head and a chair over the head and all this other stuff. And I'm just trying to help people. Right. Now that requires, even whether you're goofy or not, that you have a very open mind. And I try to want to think I'm like you. I just want to hear what other people have to say. But if everybody felt like that we would not have the kind of political climate or the Star Wars climate we have. And I think without anyone answering that question, that although I or you might think anyone over 30 years of age should be comfortable enough in their own skin to not act the way that they're acting, they are not acting the way you were talking about.
Right.
So, there you go.
So Katrina says Pepsi or Coke?
Coke Zero
Awesome.
with
Oh my God, another Coke Zero.
vanilla.
We can be friends. That's good.
There you go.
Oh my God, another Coke Zero.
What are you, a Pepsi guy?
Who,
You're
Gonzo?
Pepsi?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm from Atlanta, so, that's Coke town.
I mean, is it Pepsi or is it Pepsi products, Gonzo?
Not just Pepsi.
Really? Usually,
Yeah.
I think the only thing I can drink that's Pepsi is like wild
you-
cherry
don't you
Pepsi
guys-
or Mountain Dew.
Okay. I'm sorry. Don't you guys agree that Pepsi and Coke are the damn thing that taste the same thing?
No, they don't.
Just
Oh.
not quite, but very close. I mean,
No.
if I want a cola, I'm not going to say don't give me a Diet Pepsi or don't give me a Pepsi. Some fast food places,
They still make
which one
Diet
is
Pepsi?
I think they do. There's one fast food
God,
place that you can't get Coke at all. I can't remember which one.
No, there's
Really?
a couple. Pizza Hut does Pepsi. Taco Bell does Pepsi. I think isn't KFC? Is that Pepsi too? I think.
I think so. You know what? What's Disney? Coke, right? No?
Yeah, Disney's Coke.
Coke, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wonder how much they're paying.
I just like to have how much they make in a day on it.
Oh, that's true too.
Like,
Chris from that Disney Baker says, "What software do you use to edit, Bob?
Adobe
If you
Premiere Pro.
Is that a free version? Oh no.
No, the Premiere. Well, this is interesting. The Premiere Pro is the one that you pay for every month and then it gets updated. But I will have to tell you, I haven't been editing with it very long. And I know Adobe Premiere Elements, the free version, like the backup, well, that's actually not free either. It's you buy it and then you've got it for as long as you want it, unless you want an upgrade. So it costs you buy the regular one, the Premiere Elements, and it's like $69, and then you got it. But then after a few years, it's like, wow, I want updates. So
you gotta pay for it?
Yeah. But the Pro version, you actually have to pay for it like a subscription every month.
Oh wow.
So it's a little different. So instead of $69 forever, as long as you can take it till you want to upgrade it in 3 years, it's like, $50 a month. So I actually have both. Right. And I'm thinking about getting rid of Pro because what's weird is, they have those Adobe Pro Elements books for dummies because it can be a little complex. And I know Elements really well. So if I got off and I had to edit something really quick, I convert back to Elements just, by default. So I would learn on Elements and then make your own decision. But I think the Adobe products are good.
Right. Yeah,
they're really good.
When I was going through school for computer animation, I had all that stuff, and it's on a laptop that just isn't working anymore. So I have no access to it anymore.
I think we talked about this a little. Yeah. What do you use now, Chris?
To edit, I use well, what it was when I first started really watching YouTube, there was these guys I'd watch, they played video games, and they always talked, they used Sony Vegas.
Oh, that was right.
So I got it's called Sony Movie Studio.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Gonzo, you use something else too, right?
So I'm currently using, it's called Movavi, Movavi, but I'm learning Final Cut Pro to use my Mac to edit. So
cool.
But I'm still learning.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? It is.
Yeah, to make it good is a lot, but it is what it is. Team replaces
favorite Reese's, Christmas trees, or Easter egg. Christmas trees or Easter eggs? Easter egg. Reese's Easter eggs.
They're all Reese's.
Reese's. I think Reese's is they make Reese's.
Yeah,
Easter eggs with the nougat.
Right.
And then I guess she means
no nougat. They just make regular Reese's Easter eggs, and then they make Christmas trees. They're all just and pumpkins. They're all just the same. They're all Reese's.
They're all Reese's with peanut butter.
Yeah,
I think so.
I'd go for Easter. I'd go for Easter.
So, Bob, what's your favorite holiday?
Favorite holiday is Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve.
Eve. My family traditionally would celebrate it on Christmas Eve, and we have Santa Claus come to this day, where we all felt so special because my dad would act like we could never figure out that Superman and Clark Kent were the same person, that my dad and Santa Claus were the same guy. But Santa would, show up every Christmas Eve. You're just, I'm just making a quick stop. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah. Let me sit down and take a break and have some milk and cookies and give us all one of the gifts that we're going to get. And we felt so special.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Bob, where are you from? Are you from what state? Are you here from the States, or your parents are from another country? How's that goes?
We're from, I'm like second generation Norwegian, but that's my grandparents. But I've lived all over the country. Let's see, I've lived in Miami, Montana, New York, Los Angeles, Nashville, Chicago, Orlando. I will tell you, and I think a couple of more places, not as long, near Marr, Maryville, Tennessee. I will tell you that I think that Orlando drivers are the worst drivers out of probably 15 places I've lived.
I don't know. Have you ever been to Alabama?
Alabama's pretty bad. Well, you know what it is. It's because half the drivers are distracted tourists, which I would be too.
That's what
and then the other ones are local ones who are road raging about the tourists.
Right here.
You're caught in the middle.
Of course. If you don't know how to drive, first of all, if you on a highway on I-4, all right, and I know.
I know. I'm like
80% probably probably you guys come visit Disney all the time. You don't live here, right? There's a highway called I-4. It has 3 or sometimes it even has 4 roads, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. If you go in this way, the one on the left is for you to be fast, going fast. You have other 3 to do whatever you want. So stay out of my way, please. Appreciate it.
They're weird. They're aggressive in this weird. Okay, so one of the things that always happens to me, the exit that we get off at near that, that it's the exit near that champion-y area.
Gate.
Yeah, very well.
Would you shut up? I'm a champion area. Shut up. Anyway, when you get off at that exit,
I have heard about that exit.
Okay, so you get right to the exit, right? You're going, and then right at the very end, when there's this sharp bank and there's this rail, and people will wait right to the very second till they get stuck in the mud and flip over their cars just so they can wait to the last second and get in front of you.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no. The last time I was there, people were getting out of the line, going out, trying to get back in. And Heaven's like, that's how they drive here. That's just how they drive here.
It amuses me to no end.
And then that's when she started talking about Florida Man right there.
That's right. That's right.
Well, I guess I lived in the middle of the country in the mountains before I got down here last place, right? So you had these very thin roads that switchbacked and ribboned up and down across mountains. Right. So somebody couldn't come and pass you like that, or they would end up flying off the side of a cliff like in Raiders of the Lost Ark. So that wasn't going to happen, but it happens here a lot.
So here's the thing. And one time I went to Spain, right? I don't know if they're probably still. Yeah, it was recently. They have a highway, right, with 2 roads, right? 1, 2, and then two going down, 2 going up, right, and maybe 3. What they do is you have to be on the right all the time, and you're gonna use the left one only to pass, and then go back to the right.
Right.
That's the law. I
learned so it's only passing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you do that here.
That's a good.
You do that here. For crying out loud, if the highway says 70 miles per hour, why are you gonna take the fast lane and be at 70 or less?
Right.
Damn it! You have to move. Let me that I hit 80, 85, sometimes 90. Let me go through. That's my lane. That's for me.
Right.
So wait a second. So it's you.
Yeah, it's me.
You're the aggressive, angry, rebellious local driver going 90 miles an hour. Because when I see those guys, you know what I think? That guy, whoever that guy is, you can tell right away. It's all about him. No one else in the world exists. He's got to be wherever he's getting 5 minutes ahead. And if somebody dies behind me that I don't see, who cares?
Bob,
It's you. I knew it. I knew it was you.
I gotta be in time for the live streams when I work at night. So get the hell out of my way because I'm busy.
I love those I love those people that pass you.
Yeah.
And then you end up going the same place and they just got there 3 seconds before you did.
No, you do have to be careful.
And they get the red light in front of you and you're like parked to each other like, okay, you do.
You got to be careful though. I've had some spooky driver things where they'll zoom ahead of me and then get in front of me and slow down and then come back and get behind me and they're being all aggressive and they've got totally pitch black windows and they could have a gun up to the windshield, right up to the window, right towards me, and I wouldn't even see it. And I'm like, I'm an idiot. I should just back off.
They probably recognize you, want to take a picture or something.
Bob, I could tell you some I could tell you some scary stories of being in Mississippi after Hurricane Katrina. I could.
I'm sure.
I've heard them.
Anyway, we're going back to where we're supposed to. But yeah, come on, people, just move.
Structure.
Just take the other three and leave the last one for us.
Thank you for being a safe driver, Gonzo.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Did I mention I got a 90 and a text message, everyone? I'm just saying. Don't tell me. By the way, I'm just kidding, people. Relax. Just messing around.
His insurance gives him rewards credits.
What? What kind of car what do you want to know? What kind of? Okay. Bob, what is your favorite car? Let's change that question.
Yeah. Thank you, Gonzo.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to give you my social security number either, Katrina. Yeah. My favorite car was a car that I had to get rid of in one of my divorces. Because sometimes it gets kind of mean, and even though it's not worth a lot of money, they just don't want you to have it if you love it. So it was a 1964 and a half Ford Green, which is dark green, almost black. 2+2 Mustang Fastback.
Oh,
so it was the car that Steve McQueen drove when he was flying over hills in the movie Bullet in San Francisco. It was very, very cool. And 1964 and a half, it never left a couple of square miles of Los Angeles where I was living at the time. So it was a rust-free car that wasn't all patched up. Had the original engine in it and everything, and it was the very first vehicle that Ford had ever put air conditioning in. So, and I restored that baby, and
64 and a half would have been the first time Mustangs were made too.
Yeah, that was it, the very first one. So it's not the regular one you see; it's that curved back.
Yeah, it's got fastback on it. Yeah.
They had these slots in that fastback that you see a lot now still, but in those models, you would actually reach back and pull a lever and it would allow the air to flow into those slots that were facing forward.
Right.
And even if the air wasn't working, it would, with the windows up, it would circulate air in the vehicle. So it was very cool vehicle.
Yeah.
Bob, any advice that you would like to give anyone that says, you know what, I see Gonzo, Chris, and Bob all the time doing this kind of thing, and I want to do this. So any advice for all those that want to start a YouTube channel? What kind of advice will you give them?
Well, it's hard work. Just like a lot of things, I think most adults know that anything worth it takes some hard work. I don't want to sound like I'm your grandpa, but I will. It's not, no, seriously, like one of the things that they have on Indiana Jones shirts is fortune and glory, watching the Indiana Jones movie, does he look like he gets beat up a lot and almost killed a lot and everything to get actually no fortune and glory in the end? Right. It usually gets stolen from him. Right. Anyway, talk to any of these people in the chat that you see, or to myself or Gonzo or Chris. We are constantly on other people's chats, watching other live streams, trying to get out into the community. We're spending a lot of time with this. You just heard what Gonzo said. Gonzo works until late into the evening, and then he's rushing to get home to talk to goofballs like me, and he's up really, really late doing this stuff. So so that's time away from his family, time away from The only reason my channel started to grow was that I got laid off from Disney and I suddenly had a lot of time on my hands. Until then, it was just sitting there.
Right.
So don't underestimate how much time getting serious about this will take. And then, of course, be yourself.
Yes.
Gonzo and I are joking around about me being a good boy and stuff, but I'm just being polite. I am myself. I want to do something that's goofier than everybody else. So that's what I'm doing.
I ain't joking.
And his thing is being the favorite Puerto Rican on YouTube. So that's where he's going. And Chris is the Wikipedia of Star Wars knowledge, and that's where he's going.
Oh my God.
I've actually been called a well of useless knowledge. Is what I've been called.
God.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I've had my family like they consider me to be the person out of the family to be the one to go on Jeopardy. I'm like, no, I wouldn't be able to answer those questions.
My wife said that to me the other day, Chris. We were somewhere and I needed to know her telephone number. And I'm just used to hitting it in my phone. And I couldn't recite what her telephone number was except for the first two numbers.
Right.
And she just looked at me and she's like, yeah, but you could tell me some historical event that happened like 16 years ago that no one's ever heard of, but you don't know your wife's telephone number. It's like, that's good.
I don't know. I don't know my wife's number.
That's what
I know.
Thank you.
I know. You know what's you know what? I don't know her number, but I know VP's number. Is that bad?
No comment.
Okay.
I know VP's number 2. It's right in here. It's right inside here.
Oh, actually, no.
I've got
Speaking of
Gonzo's email address if you want me to.
Speaking,
That was not it. That was just a piece of paper.
See, I call him with my mind. Speaking of the devil. There you go. What up, VP?
Hey, VP, what's going on?
Hey,
VP.
How is
What'd he
life
do?
in that town you're visiting?
What did he
Remember,
do?
don't go in that place where Pete did what he did.
No, don't go there. Oh my God. So Bob,
Yes.
if
I was never there. I deny everything.
you had the opportunity
Yep.
to have or rebuild, right, one of the rides in any park, which one would it be and why?
It would be Figment's ride, Journey into the Imagination. Because it's very obvious. I mean, they're spending a lot of money making him the mascot of Epcot. So I don't think that they could just pull the plug, get rid of that, and then just make him, like the teddy bear, just make him a mascot and nothing else. But it appears at least that they're not going in that direction. I think with imagine all the technology that we have now that makes Anna and Elsa look the way they look, with the animation and everything. If they just took a semi-serious approach to Figment, I know that's the way everybody feels. That's how they felt about the Great Movie Ride too.
Well,
the Great Movie Ride, right? The same thing.
Well, a lot of people agree that the first version of that ride is way better than what they have now.
Oh,
you mean Figment?
Sure.
Yeah.
So anyway, but if you look at parts of it, unfortunately, it does remind you sort of like a carnival ride. It's just like day glow paint and, where stuff is upside down and everything. Now, I think you could keep some of that. I know.
It's a classic. It's a classic.
I know. Everything in Disney is a classic. That's everything in Disney. I mean, I hope everybody realizes that. I love the Polynesian. Some people don't like it. Why? It's built on my nostalgia from when I was a kid. It may or may not be the best place. So do we not want any growth or any change or any refurbs on Disney things? Would you rather have the Great Movie Ride there still and not Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway? I mean, that was a big deal.
Right.
I'm not saying don't get rid of it. I think they could refurb it. That's what I think.
Oh my God. So Krista that's a question for you there.
What's it called, Bob? Soft taco or burrito? What do I like? Soft taco.
I don't know.
Save
Which
me
one
$150. What's he
Which one
talking
you like? Yeah, BP has having his own conversation there in the chat with everyone about his show. It's like we have two different shows going on, one in the chat and one in here. Great.
Well,
Yeah.
you normally VP would be in here, so I mean,
Yeah, he's having his own thing here. I will have likes for them to update the great movie ride and not put the MMM. I agree. The movie rides was something that they could update.
I would have loved to seen what they talked about doing with the Muppets. I think
Josh, look at your chat, Josh. Look at your Instagram, Josh.
I hope you guys know. I'm sure you all know the Great Movie Ride changed and went downhill quite a bit from what it used to be.
Yeah,
they used to have all types of live actors and actresses involved, and it wasn't repainted, it wasn't refurbed. At least that stuff is necessary. I mean, Peter Pan was going downhill, and did anyone notice what it looked like once they repainted it and did a few little things? They didn't notice that it was like totally different, but it wasn't going downhill. So it would be nice if they could have refurbed the movie ride and put in Mickey and Minnie's, but the Great Movie Ride took up a lot of real estate in that park.
They did.
So I don't know.
But it was fun.
Favorite park, Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. Why?
Yeah. Nostalgia. That's it. It's in every park. It was the original park at Disneyland. It's what Walt envisioned, the turn of the century, white lights, popcorn lights, the whole, that's the thing. Seeing the castle as you walk in.
Nice.
And that's where I get the chills, kind of, I call them. Every time I go, even though I'm a local and I've been there a zillion times, every time I go in.
Are you going live Monday?
I am going live Monday with my wife. Yeah, you should come.
Nice.
Yeah. She'll be there to protect me in case you have that feeling you got to slap me.
All right, BP's asking, is there a ride that has gone away and you wish they will bring it back?
Yeah, because I'm Norwegian, Frozen, was taken up, took up all of the Norway Pavilion. They used to have Maelstrom, and then when you came out of Maelstrom, they literally had a small theater that was all about Norway and Norwegian culture. And where they have the Anna and Elsa meet and greet area, they literally had a Viking longboat that you could get in, a replica of it, and take pictures.
That's correct.
Now, Disney, especially Epcot, was much more in the olden days, back in the day. It depends on how old you are, really, and it doesn't seem so long ago to me. It was a mix of education and entertainment, and the education part has kind of gone away because their competitors don't do that, and they've been making a lot of money, especially with thrill rides, and so that's why it's only been 7 years, I think, since they allowed alcohol into Disney. That was not in any park. For those of you that have a short Disney history, up until only like 7 years ago, no alcohol in any park. And actually, except in the restaurants, no alcohol in the gift shops. I remember the first time I was at the Polynesian and I was in as you get off the monorail, that gift shop across from Kona. And I saw the cabinet right behind the desk, and it was full of vodka and wine and bourbon and stuff. And I was like, that was a big shift at Disney. Remember, Walt wanted it so clean, he didn't even want gum in there. Right. So, been lots of changes to Disney that I think I would like that. But like we're talking, I'd like Maelstrom, but I like what they have now. Couldn't we have had both?
I thought you were going to say if you had wings.
If I had wings?
Yeah, that ride. You don't remember that ride? Yeah.
I do. That was nice too. I think it's with my Norwegian family. They loved, they felt like we had this special place.
Oh, yeah.
So, Bob, if they give you the opportunity which ride do you think is going to go away maybe like in the next 5 years? That they're going to replace it with a totally different ride?
Oh, really?
So
go totally away?
Crash it. They're just going to dump the building and stuff like that. So let's start with Hollywood Studio. Any?
Hollywood Studios. Well, Well, what's over there in Voyage of the Little Mermaid now? Is that happening still? So they stopped it for the pandemic?
The what?
Voyage of the Little Mermaid in a little theater there?
And actually, that's a rumor say that they were going to get rid of that part.
I don't know if it's true or not. Because, of course, that was there at Hollywood Studios before they came up with New Fantasyland.
Gotcha.
And all of that with the Little Mermaid ride and the meet and greet. So that was her place. And now she's got 3 places.
Right.
So yeah, that would be the one with the older tech as well. Although it's a nice show.
Well, she is the character that brought in the Renaissance era.
Yeah.
True.
So.
True. What about Animal Kingdom?
Animal Kingdom, what could be going away? Rafiki's Planet Watch.
No.
I think that I think that they might you guys have been on that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you take this cool to a lot of people have never been on it. Kelly from Mickey Bunch just got on it. I only got on it for the first time on a live stream a few months ago because I was like, what is this? So you get on this cool sort of open face on one side, replica of a train in Africa with all this stuff on the roof and everything. Then you get to this little pavement path that goes to sort of an interpretive center where they have butterflies and lizards and a movie and stuff like that. And it reminds me sort of like an interpretive center in a state park. And being an outdoor guy, and I'm actually a naturalist in a couple of states, that's sort of my background. I appreciate that for me. But if it's, Bob, what do you predict will be going away? Based on education going away and properties coming in, if I were having to bet, I would say that is going to be at least altered somehow.
Okay. What about Epcot?
Epcot. Shoot, man. I mean, I'd have to think some of the films that they show might be in danger of changing. They've already changed the film that they show over in the French pavilion so that half of the time it's the film about France and half of the time it's have you guys been to the sing-along film that they have for Beauty and the Beast? It's kind of cool. But you're going in the property away from education and tourism direction. I bet that's going to continue. Maybe the Canadian Circle Vision film.
I don't know. I enjoyed that with Martin Short. I really love that.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I mean, but like I said, I enjoyed Norway too.
Right.
Not what my opinion is. If I were a betting man, as it is, I love Spaceship Earth and would never want to change that. I would just want maybe updates to it. But what I keep hearing is that there's going to be properties in there. You know, there's going to be characters or something in there somehow. So that's what it looks. That's the trend. You know, bringing in your movie characters and your, you know, because it's a whole marketing wellspring when they do that.
Gotcha. And Magic Kingdom.
Magic Kingdom. I don't know. It doesn't work quite as well as that. With that. Even with Splash Mountain, you know, they kept talking about it was gonna Tiana was gonna be in there instead, and there's all kinds of problems because of the racism things with the movie that's based on. I would bet if there's going to be things changed, that somehow it would be to that, because especially there's a lot of stuff. I mean. This is an age of awareness going on right now. It always amazed me when I lived in Atlanta that there was a mountain in the middle of Atlanta in a very black community that was like Mount Rushmore with Confederate generals carved in this thing. They were 100 feet tall and people would jog there and everything and nothing ever happened. Then all of a sudden, just like a few months ago, people were like, oh my God, look, wait. When people, you know, could become more aware of Song of the South, I don't think that Splash Mountain is going to stand how it stands.
Yeah. Actually,
that's another interesting thing, too. We were just talking on the other stream about, you know, things about Walt and things they didn't like. He wasn't aware that was so bad in his time. You know?
Well, no, because at that time it wasn't like that.
No.
All right. So I have to be right back for a second. I have to answer this phone call. I just received it right now. Chris, go ahead and ask him that question real quick. I'll be right back.
have you ever done the monorail tour or drank at all 11 countries, drink around the world?
I've done all of the countries and drank around the world, especially back in my younger days. I was going to say not too much younger, maybe 10 years ago. I would like to stay at the beach club, yacht club, or boardwalk and get drunk around the world so that I could take a small walk and then collapse. I've broken like records with friends and stuff like that. The monorail tour, the unofficial one, or there's actually, I used to book the official tour. It was called the Skyway Dine in the Sky.
Oh, wow.
Skyway Dine in the Sky, I think it was, tour. And it started at the Contemporary, where you had hors d'oeuvres, and then went to some of the other resorts. You basically drank and ate, and then came back to the Wave at the Contemporary, had dinner, and then went to Magic Kingdom and had a special dessert party where they actually did have booze, which I think came from Skipper's Canteen.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know. I know there's a lot of unofficial tours where Bob and Chris get on the monorail and they bust stuff out from under their jackets. I don't do that. I'm not getting banned from the park.
Let's see. What is your biggest Disney collection?
My biggest Disney collection. YouTube footage. I've got footage of everything.
Oh, there's who is your YouTube woman crush?
Mary Poppins. Well, no, my YouTube woman crush.
Yeah.
Oh, YouTube woman crush.
YouTube, yeah.
I think I'd have to probably say Meg from Mickey's Magic.
Oh, wow.
I not only is she pretty, but she has such a nice personality. Yeah. And I did an interview with her, and I remember I told you that I used to be a counselor, and guess what she is?
A counselor?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh no. Okay, wait. Let me take that back. You know, on second thought, I always go for the curly red hair. My wife has curly red hair. It's my YouTube crush is Kelly.
Kelly.
Yeah, it's Kelly. It's Kelly.
I think it's funny you said you're a counselor because my daughter who works there went to school for social work.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
That is not that man. I'm so glad that I got out of that occupation. Holy.
Let's see. What else do we have? I would have thought Kelly too.
All right. Okay, she is.
Kelly.
But I know her so well that I didn't think of her in a crushy way. I think of her as like my sister. I love you, Kelly.
Yeah, you don't usually tell your crush you have a crush on him.
That's the other thing. I knew it. Now I see why he's always standing me up. That's not true.
Okay, I got a question for you that I always ask in the chat, and Gonzo and VP never pick it.
What?
All right. If you had a DeLorean and you could go back in time to any time you wanted to, what time would you go back to?
I would go back. I would go back to 1985 and try to have a talk with myself.
Huh. Okay.
Now, of course, you know, I've asked that of a lot of patients and kids and stuff, and as like an exercise being a counselor. And of course, the thing is, there's actually a movie with Nicolas Cage in it from the late 80s, early 90s. It's called Peggy Sue Got Married.
Yeah.
And his wife, he and his wife basically have this marriage. It's going to crud. And anyway, she falls down, hits her head, and travels back in time. But she has the awareness of this 45-year-old woman, even though she's an 18-year-old kid. Right. So she thinks she's going to go back like I would want to do and have a talk with people and not make the same mistakes, not fall in love with the same guy.
Right.
The thing that I think people forget is you forget what it was like back then. And in that case, in that movie, she still falls in love with the same guy because of the same circumstances, even though she knows it's going to be really terrible later. So I think I'd love to do that. Just like I've never seen a tornado and I'd like to see one. I'm not so sure it would work out exactly how I want.
Right. With all your travels, I can't believe you've never seen a tornado.
No, never seen a tornado. I've always wanted to see a tornado. I've always wanted to see a ghost.
To me, when it comes to that, I think you have to have a certain perception to be able to see ghosts.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have that, because other family members say they've seen them, and I've never seen anything like that.
I've never seen like an apparition or something,
Right.
but I have lived in some old Appalachian homes up way out in the back of the boonies and the mountains,
Right.
that were on some Cherokee sacred burial grounds. And there were some weird things that went on, things that moved around strange. And
Right.
yeah, I've always just to experience, just to see. I like I said, I have an open mind. If I could do a live YouTube with anyone, who would it be? Why? I think I'd like to do one with Josh and Jenna from Resort TV 1.
What was the question, Chris? Oh, my bad. Go on. Because?
Who would if I could do a live stream with somebody, who would I want to do it with? Just because I've been following them the longest, and I would just like to tell them that they, although I don't want to do it in the same vein that they're doing it in, they inspired me, and they actually helped me get through a tough personal time when I was living out of state and literally having to live at my business 24/7. And I would keep them on in the background, and it kind of kept me connected to Disney as they walked around Disney. Yeah, that would be a good one to do.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, I hope you like the stream. We're already past the hour, 11:41 p.m. I know a lot of people got to go to sleep or see others live stream or do what you need to do. Bob, it's always a pleasure, man. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Chris. Thanks so much for hanging around and fill BP shoes. Next week, we will have Danny from... what is it? Creative. I should have his name. Hold on. Danny from come on, Gonzo. Think real quick.
It's a Griswold family vacay.
Thank you. Appreciate you. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry. I am with bad names. But he will be our guest next week. So Saturday night. And tomorrow, breakfast with the Three Caballeros tomorrow morning. Hopefully the guys will wake up tomorrow morning, and they're in the Contemporary. So it will be fun live over there. Cool. So, guys, again, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed to One Stop Mouse, make sure you subscribe. And if you watch a replay, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. And Chris.
Bye, guys.
Love you guys so much. Question: are you ready for next Thursday? I am. I don't think
it's Krista, the one with the notes. I know Krista got the notes over to Gonzo.
I don't think he is, but I'm ready.
Well, I don't have my costume yet. So and they said no Indiana Jones costume, so I got to.
No, you got to change it up, man. Come on.
I know.
Just do another Harrison Ford character.
Yeah, guys,
get you a white shirt and a black vest.
Guys, FYI, real quick before you go, if you like the 80s, our friend Shelly Starwalker, she has a list party like is the 1980s. She's there with a couple of friends, so if you like that, go ahead and check her out. Go ahead and go to her channel and let her know we'll send you guys over there, all right? And support our friend Shelly Starwalker. So again, thanks so much for being here. Appreciate it. You have a good night. And to the next time.
Thank you.
Zooms.
Take care, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Aloha.
Aloha.